I think wokeism has evolved into something meaningless. And so what the problem is, there are a lot of more philosophically mature individuals who can look at the literature, look at the Frankfurt School, look at critical race theory's origins, Kimberly Crenshaw, Derek Bell, et cetera, and the things they've said, and try to make sense of it. The problem is, while these things may have been contributing factors to what wokeism has become, wokeism is more akin to a fire. It is reckless, it is wild, it spreads, it consumes and destroys. And if you take a look at a lot of the big cancel culture moments of the past decade, they actually don't align towards any ideology. So my favorite example of the contradictions of the woke are when there was a women's organization that tweeted the word Wimixin.
Oh, yes, I remember. So, by the way, so did Elizabeth Warren. That's the moment when I thought, oh my, like Elizabeth Warren sets herself up as this great intellectual, policy person. And then what is she doing? Just total pandering, madness.
So this organization tweets the word WOMXN.
Yeah, I remember that. It's like...
Adherents of wokeism, though, said that's offensive. How dare you create a different word that implies trans women are not women? And so now you simultaneously have the word woman being non-inclusive and being inclusive, and Wimixin being both simultaneously not exclusive and inclusive. There is no appropriate thing you can say that can be determined to be acceptable to woke other than to drop to your knees and adhere to the power structures. There's no moral framework. There's no logic guiding their principles. It is just, we win, period. It is more like a swarm of wasps than any functioning ideology. Yeah. And again, I'll stress, when we look at the Frankfurt School and we look at, Weimar Germany and Antifa and the anti-fascist, protection rampart, the Berlin Wall, and all of the history that leads today, smart people, mathematically oriented people are trying to calculate and analyze, and they're missing what's really going on. A chaotic, destructive force that will say and do anything to win.
I think I agree with that, and I think that the other bit I'd add to it is the way that so many institutions have been co-opted into it in a totally superficial way. And particularly if you think about corporate America, I think that's a really great example where the way that this has spread like wildfire, your analogy is a good one, through corporate America. And they suddenly kind of announced we're going to have their training sessions and Robin DiAngelo's the set text and all this kind of stuff. They haven't thought about it. Those, the HR departments and they haven't sort of bothered to read. It's just like, oh, this, we better do this because everyone's going on about it and our employees are going to, and we've got this vocal minority of our employees who are saying, why aren't we doing our training or whatever it may be, or social media, a few vocal people. And so they're all going for it without even giving it a moment's thought. It's totally superficial. And that's why the virtue signaling, I think, is just such a big part of it.
It's meaningless. It's just, are you in line with the cult or not? And if you're a part of the cult,
right.
then
exactly.
The swarm will attack.